Okay, welcome students to another video on how we can use TinkerCAD to design and 3D print our own game pieces for a game board. In the first couple of videos I explained how to make the tiles. In the last video I showed you how to make a basic chess piece like this. Now we're going to go to something a bit more complicated like this shape here, but you'll find it's actually not that hard to move from this to this. Okay, so let's start with the basics. I've named my file up here, so that's correct. I've taken the view from perspective to orthographic, which we need when we're building our designs. I've got the grid set to the right size, and snap grid is at 0.25, which is good as well. Now, like I explained when we were designing the tiles, once you've done one basic shape, you can duplicate that shape. Why recreate all that hard work that you did? So this shape isn't too much different from that one, so I'm going to do that same again. I'm not going to show you how to build this shape. You can go back to my previous video to see that. So all I'm going to do is select this one and hit the duplicate, and then there's two there, you just can't see it, so I'll drag out the second one. There we go, and I'll just change the color so you can tell the difference on what we're working on. Okay, so what I've noticed different here is this one's a lot fatter through here, through this center column there. It's angled there as well. We'll get to that later. First, I want to increase that distance there. So this is all one group. So remember, I'm going to ungroup. Doesn't do anything to the other one I copied it from. Just ungroups this one. Okay, so this one is 20 millimeters there, so I'm going to select the middle one, and it looks like it's a bit less, so I might call that 17 maybe. There we go, that's not too bad. And I'll just remember, we go to our side view when we want to move it into shape, and you can use your mouse, or I'm just using the arrow keys to push it into shape there. So that's not too bad. Okay, so there's a good start there. And it looks like this one here is the same size there, so I'm going to have to increase this one as well. So that was 17. You can make up your own dimensions that you like for your design. And see how I'm always going to the side view to get it into position. There we go, nudged it perfectly into shape there. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, before I start doing these tapered edges like I've done there, I'm just going to regroup this design. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to start subtracting this material off the face. So I want this grouped. So when I start doing that subtracting, that it subtracts from all the features, not just the ungrouped features. Okay, so remember in the previous videos, I was talking about a hole feature. So we can turn any shape into a hole just by using that feature there. And if I am to group that one into there, we'll just quickly group that. So go to the group, it will subtract that shape away. That's what a hole does. So I'll just ungroup that, and what we're going to do, and what you'll notice, we want to create a hole here, but we want it on an angle, because this first example here had this angle. So first of all, let's get this one about the right size. I'm not going to worry too much about my dimensions at the moment. So that's about at the same spot. But I need to get on the angle. So before we've used this cone in the middle to move it up and down, but next to it is also the angle. So I'm just going to click on that. And here I might type, doesn't have to be many. I typed in 3. I might try 5 degrees. I think that's about right. And now I can just use that shape there. And if I was to subtract that, oh, hang on, always check your views. So I might make that a bit wider. Okay, If I was to subtract that, I'd get a similar shape to here, but I need it on both sides. Again, so I'll bring that across like that. No, actually, what I'll do, I'll actually just duplicate it, and I'll move it across. Now it's going to be on the wrong angle, but I can just go, if I was to go -5 this time, it should go, yep, back to where it was. And this time I'll go -5 again. What if I tried -10, sorry. There we go. And you can see I flipped it around to be on the other side. If I just move it in like that, and I can just get the other one right as well. Okay, this should be ready for grouping. So I'm just going to click that. I'm going to use my finger on the shift key to select the rest, and I'll hit group. So you can see I've tapered that edge there. I could probably play around with the angle a bit more to get it the same as that one over here. And in fact, if I hit ungroup on this one, you'll be able to see I probably just had the squares a bit bigger to remove that material. So I'll go back and group that. So group that. Okay, so just to recap, yeah, there we go. Okay, so just to recap what we learnt, we used the duplicate feature to get another feature. We resized it through the middle. We did a hole as we've learnt in previous videos, but this time we're using the rotate button to get our angled face on the front face there. And then from there, it's just a matter of grouping and ungrouping till we get what we need. Okay, enjoy making your game pieces for your 3D printed game board. Thank you.